Welcome to this week's edition of the Friday Five. I'm Ben Rosehart. Happy to be joined this week by our guest from the Concordia men's tennis team, Giuliano Maderner. Giuliano, how are you doing this morning?
Doing well. Just got back from practice. Not bad, yeah.
Pretty
Bit
pumped to have you
exhausted.
on this week. Yes. Thank you for being our guest. I wanted to ask you first off, um, being from Austria, an international student athlete, I'm curious to know your journey. How did you get to Concordia, and do you still have family back in Europe?
Well, my journey was basically I grew up playing tennis, and so the big difference between universities in Europe and the US is there's no athletics in Europe, so there's no combination of university and athletics. And since I wanted to keep playing tennis and going pro was a bit difficult, I just thought, let's go to the US, study and play tennis, and then not much better places in the US than SoCal, so Irvine it was.
We're fortunate to have you here, and obviously the men's women's tennis teams have been very successful, a rich history here. I'm curious to know just if you could describe your playing style for people that may not be aware. I know it's very common for many men's and women's tennis players at this level to play both singles and doubles.
Yeah, I mean, my style would be more of a kind of an attacking kind of player. I like to keep points rather short, also because of my maybe temperament and concentration problems at times. And I mean, I like to serve big, and that's kind of my like playing style. I do prefer singles just because at times it's easier for me, and you don't always know what's going on with your doubles partner. But playing a fun doubles is at times way more exciting and funnier than playing singles.
I think that's a really good answer. And I also thought it was interesting the way you said temperament. So basically, what you're admitting to in a very polite way is that you're an emotional and passionate player, right? And that's a good thing, I feel like.
It's a good thing, but let's say like this, it's easier, it's better in tennis if you stop thinking. Um, the more you think about it, the harder it gets sometimes because you overthink, you get frustrated, and that's not what you want. Sometimes it's better to be dumb in the sport.
Well, self-awareness is always an important thing, and that's obviously it leads to growth. So I appreciate you being so honest. I wanted to ask you also, in addition to tennis, do you have any other favorite sports or hobbies?
So my second favorite sport as well to do is skiing. I'm huge on skiing. I love it. More even backcountry skiing, just because I love the nature and it's beautiful going up at like 6 a.m. hiking up, seeing the sunrise, and then skiing down in powder and having it completely free is wonderful. And besides that, I enjoy soccer a lot as well. Used to play when I grew up. Um, Amazing sport. Yeah.
So you follow the World Cup, and you're into skiing. Certain places you've been able to go, whether in the United States or back in your home country or throughout Europe.
Right now I've only been skiing in Austria, which is not a bad place to start. I mean, there's a bunch of snow. I would really like to go to Colorado or Utah at one point skiing here. I know there's amazing snow, and maybe also Lake Tahoe or Mammoth. Those are my next destinations that I'm looking forward to.
You're compiling quite the bucket list. This is awesome, Giuliano. I also want to ask you about your major. What are you enjoying about your studies, and what are you working towards for a career?
So my major is marketing and my minor is graphic design. Um, I do I did realize that I am more of a creative person, that I do enjoy graphic design a lot because at times business can get a bit dry. It can be a lot of theory and a lot of stuff that you have to learn with numbers, and whereas graphic design can be like, oh, you're designing something for a record company or you're designing an album cover. It's a bit more free in that sense of what your imagination can lead to.
It's so important too to market products to target audiences. There's a
Yeah.
lot you can do that, a lot of different ways you can go that for sure. Okay, so my last question, can I have a tradition here on the Friday Five? What's one of your favorite memories so far since you've become a Concordia Eagle, whether it was tennis related or outside your sport, just since you first came to Irvine?
So I mean, one of the best memories, honestly, was just last spring. The season was amazing. It started off in fall really slow, really weak. We didn't have a lot of players, and the whole season was just amazing. We beat UCSD twice, which men's tennis has never beaten. We came in unranked and were ranked 13. The spirit was amazing. I gotta say that was one of the most fun experiences and memories. Outside of tennis, I have to say it's just the friends and the lifestyle. I've gotten to like SoCal a lot more than I did in the beginning. Um, yeah, I mean Laguna and Newport are just beautiful, so nothing to beat.
Well, Giuliano, thank you again for being our guest here on the Friday Five, and we are excited to knock on wood, see you out there very soon on the tennis courts with competition coming up. And again, good luck with all your classes as well.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.